Hello, my name is Gabriel, and today we are talking about the third episode of the fourth season of Once Upon a Time. The reason I did not film a video on the second episode is a rather long story, and we're just not here to talk about that. Let's just start, okay? So, this is the episode dedicated to the Snow Queen, aka I have no idea what her name is because it hasn't been revealed yet. I'm not sure if she gets another episode. I really hope she does. I really like this character. I really like Elizabeth Mitchell. I love that we opened the episode right with Elizabeth Mitchell. When she came up in the other episode, I was not expecting that at all. David had just said that someone else was doing it. It did not even occur in my mind that quite possibly could be the Snow Queen, because I thought Elizabeth Mitchell would come later in the season, and when her face popped up in my screen I went, she's already here. Yes! She's a villain. I have absolutely no problems with that. As long as she doesn't murder everyone, I'm okay with that. I really want to see her story arc. I really think it's going to be an interesting one. That's probably my most anticipated thing for the whole of season 4, is Elizabeth Mitchell. The reason I love her so much is because she was my favorite character on Lost. Lost is one of my favorite shows ever. It's so good, and Juliet was my favorite character. And just like in Once Upon a Time, in Lost, her character was so shady and mysterious. You really didn't know at first if she was a good character, if she was a bad character, if she was a good guy or a bad guy. And you really wanted to make progress on knowing what she was. The same thing happens here. She comes off as really unpleasant in Storybrooke, but she's really nice to Elsa in Arendelle, and I really want to know how and why and everything in the middle of those two questions. It's obvious that she's a villain and some things are going to be evil about her, and I want to figure out. I want to know. I really do. The Snow Queen poisons Marion and then lies about it. Why? What's her angle? What is she hoping to get out of that? I don't know. And from what I got with the episode, she's going to be very sneaky and cunning, and I feel like I'm repeating I really want to know, because I really do. I really do. I'm trying to remember what happened because I watched it 2 hours ago, the episode. I'm trying to figure out what happened, and I hope I remember most of the things. I remember that Robin Hood said he loves Regina and not Marion, and this is a very conflicting subject because obviously he's married. What's he gonna do? Is Marion going to stay like that for a long time? Personally, I really wouldn't mind. She's not my favorite, not really at all, like way down there. Just no. If she wakes up, she won't have a heart, and so she won't be able to feel things for Robin Hood. And how are things going to evolve between them? They can't. There's no love. I really hope Robin Hood realizes that and goes back to Regina. We'll see how that frontier works out. Another really weird kind of shady aspect to this episode was Rumpelstiltskin. I really liked Rumpelstiltskin in the first season. Second season, not so much. Third season, up a little, but it's kind of going down for me. Rumpelstiltskin was one of my favorite characters, but now he's just lying and he's just 100% evil, and I really don't like that. I really like that he was evil, yes, but he was starting to change, and that change just stopped. Belle is his only anchor, and I hope that Belle does that. I hope that she helps him overcome his dark side, which is kind of hard because he's literally the dark one. But I really want him to change. I really do. I really have nothing really to say about what happened in Arendelle in this episode, the Hans and the battle. The only thing I thought was super interesting was the way the liquid transformed into Elizabeth Mitchell. They did that special effect so well. I mean, the liquid looked like a tiny ocean alive in itself, and I really loved the way they did that. It looked like the mirror from Snow White and the Huntsman. It reminded me of that. What's going on between Elsa and the Snow Queen? Are they friends? Are they enemies? Are they going to become enemies? Are they going to become friends? I really think that's going to be a very interesting aspect of this season, how this is going to progress. and what's going on between the Snow Queen and Emma. This is probably the biggest question this episode posed. I mean, how did the Snow Queen recognize Emma? Something really important must have happened in the past so that she remembered her. Rumpelstiltskin also mentioned at the very end of the episode that it's good for the Snow Queen that Emma didn't recognize her.
What the heck is going on?
Seriously, I want to know more. I'm trying to figure out more. The Captain Swan ship is slowly but surely progressing. I am a Captain Swan shipper. From the beginning, when they introduced the ship, I'm like,
these two belong together.
And I really like how they get together because they're so alike. And also I really want to speak about Elsa and Emma and how they're so alike and how they know they're alike. And I really hope they grow to become friends. I really want them to. Another thing I just remembered was the Knave of Hearts. Will Scarlet made an appearance in this episode. I was so excited that he was joining Once Upon a Time. I, for one, really loved Once Upon a Time in Wonderland. A lot of people didn't. I really don't know why. They blamed the special effects. Screw the special effects. The show was really good. I loved that it was more of a romantic show and not a very magic-y kind of ordeal. I love that it was focused on the romance between Alice and Cyrus. It was sad that it ended, but it wasn't sad that they just left on a cliffhanger. I love how the ending episode, it was really, really good. And so, Knave is coming to Once Upon a Time. What is his part? Is he going to stay? Is he just for that particular episode and then gone? I really don't know. Maybe that information is out on the internet, but I really want him to stay. I really wanted the characters from Once Upon a Time in Wonderland to transition into the Mothership TV show. It would be so cool. Also, I don't know if this Knave thing happened before the events of Once Upon a Time in Wonderland. I don't know. I'm pretty sure they did because, or maybe they didn't. I don't know. Just, it's a big incognition. Is that how you say it? I really hope so. Yeah, that is probably everything I have to say. I enjoyed this episode a great deal. Obviously, Elizabeth Mitchell. I want to see more of her. I want to see more of Knave. And I want to see Robin Hood and Regina. I want to see Captain Hook and Emma. Elsa and Anna. Also, what the heck happened to Anna? How were we going to find out about this? I don't know. I really hope she isn't dead. I really hope she isn't. And yeah, my thoughts on this. My predictions, I really have none because they leave no hints. One thing that stuck with me was the Mickey hat, the one that Rumpel created. What was that for? I'm pretty sure that's going to be a big part in the season. Let's see how this plays out. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to see more weekly discussions on Once Upon a Time, please feel free to subscribe. It will mean a lot to me. I will try to do these weekly. I did not do one for episode 2 as I've mentioned, but I'm pretty sure now I can. Stay tuned for more. I really want to see you stay tuned for more. Bye!